Hey guys, welcome to the new workspace of White Tree Architects.
Right from the moment we saw this building, we both knew this was the one. The best thing about the location was we could commute here easily. There was a lot of greenery around it. We both realized that we could make something so beautiful out of it that we want to call it our own office. As soon as we finalized the property, we inspected the property and then we realized it was a load bearing structure. So we had to make some structural calls, adding column, beams, foundations, and we had to plan the building around the walls and column which was already there. So this was the existing bungalow plan and we wanted it to be in Vastu oriented plan. So the first thing we did was we changed the entrance to southeast direction. As you enter the property, the first thing you have is a nice reception area. Behind it, we had like a small pantry which would cater to all our guests and all our designers. And as you enter that area, you see a big chunk of space designated for all our designers. The best part of this place was we introduced two skylights with some greeneries, so they always feel comfortable while working. Right next to it, you have a beautiful passage which leads up to all the designers area, and from there you head up to my cabin and Sachi's cabin. We also have a small conference room, and on the northwest side we have the toilet zone. And on the western part, we had casted a cantilever staircase with circular skylights on top of it, which also leads up to a big terrace area for office.
So after we finalized the planning for our workspace, we were thinking how we would want to have our elevation. So we were in the favor of having something which won't pop out. We wanted something which will actually merge with the nature, since we already had greenery around. We were blessed with this neem tree at the site, so we planned the elevation around the neem trees and we made planter beds in front elevation with the creepers flowing from our terrace. Eventually the plan is they should take over the office and it should look like covered with the creepers and a lot of greenery around us. We planned the entry door just beside the neem tree. Inspired from the old Indian houses, how we used to have one door, like a main entrance door, you enter through it, then you enter the house actually with another door. In our Indian tradition, we always have these torans made out of aam patta in front of our house. So inspired from that, we made the toran inspired motifs directly, and we made it fixed on the doors, which is made out of brass bar and MDF cut pieces with leaves and some floral motifs. We also added some birds and dragonflies just to give some, nature feature to that. After we enter the main entrance door, we have another door which takes us actually inside the office space. So this door actually doesn't look like a normal door. This door was designed in two parts. One was a part which is fixed like a partition, and one door which actually opens. Materials we have used inside, such as the handmade clay tiles and the mosaic features. And also we just engraved art on that just to indicate like it's an art piece. And the door, basically we have a sandwiched vase which has been made like a sleek vase, just to showcase a door which also has an artifact within itself. So coming to the largest patch which covers the entire office is the flooring, and we wanted the floor should be something very different. We had never, experimented before. We want something which is actually, handmade, also something very new, not stone, not tiles, something else. So with an artist who's also a friend from Floating by Every Day by Priyansha Jaggi.
स्टारफिश अपने एक्चुअल जो अपने स्टार है वो एकदम पॉइंटी होते हैं. स्टारफिश का थोड़ा एज कर्वी होता है और उसको खोलेंगे तो उसके एज पे नहीं होता है सर डैश डैश.
She is a ceramic artist, so I just commissioned her for making some designer, like, handmade tiles.
सारी फिशेस सारी ऑरेंज करनी है, ऑल ऑफ देम. और लोटस पेंट लेडी का रेड और ब्लैक, लीव्स ग्रीन.
हाँ, ग्रीन या थोड़े सूखे पत्ते जैसे ये ऑरेंजिश टाइप भी कर सकते हैं.
येस वाला भी है.
Which were the highlighter pieces of our flooring. So these were inspired from the natural things. For example, we see water around the road, some flower popping up. Sometimes we have some crevices of the wall. Just inspired from that, I just took natural motifs, just sketched out few pieces. Then she could make these pieces for me, so that came out really well. That was the first idea I had. Now how I would want to put this on the floor. So we took the highlighter pieces and just created some patches inspired from water puddles we see. We filled those areas with white mosaic work. And then the largest patch of the floor was covered with a technique called nano topping, which is a seamless flooring which we wanted to achieve in our office. So this nano flooring could be done in any color. So we chose this wine color, which actually inspired the entire space and lifted up the mood of this space and gives the widest feature in this space. So from this entrance door, we entered the lobby space. Lobby space we have created obviously for the people who will arrive, like our guests, clients, vendors, whoever enters the office first. So we had this reception table planned here. and seating. So basically we kept a large window to keep the natural light flowing in throughout the day. The reception table is made out of some rock pieces which we actually dug out of this site itself when we were digging the site for some foundation. Red stone came out, so we used that stone for the reception table. And then we had this window with inbuilt seating, how we used to have in older days in Indian houses. And then we added some, movable furnitures like low heighted center table and some sofa seatings around that. Art piece, we got it done directly over the wall. So instead of directly going with the conventional paint, we actually took out 4 shades of paint using locally available 4 types of soil. So actually I commissioned the artist to do this. So she actually helped me making the paint in 4 colors, like the yellowish one, little orangish, somewhat a black one, and the whitish one. So then we were doing like an experiment. Somehow it was not working out, it was not adhering with the wall. Then she mixed a few things and some basic paint base to that. Then it came out, and about what we have made. So if you start from the beginning area and end up here, it's entirely a story. We have shown here like how a man is born around the trees, and ultimately the life revolves around the trees. And basically you start cutting them all, and at the end you realize you have to grow more trees. So just to communicate that, and followed by that with a similar material observation, we have this textured wall art. This is also directly done on the wall. Even the frame we have got it made with the POP thing, and rest all is the texture part which is taking over the space. From our lobby space, we are entering to the workspace of our office. So this workspace is the largest area of the office, because we also wanted the designers to have a good breathing space with good light, ventilation and everything around them. So as Shreyansh explained, we carved out 2 skylights, and so these skylights were basically like connected to planters beneath them. We also introduce a lot of greenery inside, which we love. So it also gives a very calming behavior around the workspace for all the designers working here. Designers are sitting in different sites with different kind of lights coming into the space. In different location, we have about 20 people who can sit here in the office. Now moving through that passage, it connects to 2 master cabins that belongs to me and Shreyansh. So both of our cabin is connected to 2 workstation, which is headed by our office management team. So entering the first master cabin that belongs to Shreyansh. So this cabin had very mild and calming effect. So flooring is the most design part that brings the space to its new life. All the walls, ceiling, everything is very calming. We had art pieces also to uplift it. Behind Shreyansh, where we have the head table, we have designed this art piece. We got it custom made from Hello Bastar. and this is made out of wood completely. So basically this has round wooden balls and they have a lot of arches and rectangular, like the basic shapes which we used to design, carved on them. We also have a small patch which also symbolizes the brickwork we make on the side. So this was the entire composition which came behind Shreyansh as a backdrop. In front of him, he has this comfortable sofa and some art pieces we designed on the wall and the ceiling. So in our flooring, we had a lot of floral motifs as well. So just taking those motifs and putting it on the wall, like cut out in 3D and hand painted by our artist. And then on the ceiling, we conceptualized this like Shreyansh really loves to have birds flying above him or something like that. So we actually made these bird motifs in such a manner from where we see these birds appear to be like actually flying above us. Taking that natural feeling inside the cabin really inspired this art piece. So coming to the main table, actually we got inspired from both of our character. So at Shreyansh's table, we had chosen this onyx, which is actually a very mild pink, and then he is somebody as a person who loves music and things around music. So we took some inspiration from musical notes and we got that inlaid. And this table also had some wooden bands around it and the legs to just add into a new element and bring out a new fresh working table design for us. Then about the computer system, how we place it on the table, we always had this issue of turning it around while we work on that and while we discuss with the client. So we use the lazy Susan method, but now it is on the level with the table surface, so our screen can actually rotate towards the client or towards whoever it wants to face. As a person, I wanted a space which keeps evolving. Like I like to make handmade arts and I always want to showcase. So I have left a lot of space for the time to take over the space. There's this piece of wall just behind me. This is an inspiration from a bird. So there's this bird which is called an architect bird. So this bird is famous, actually collects some colored stones from surroundings and take it and using mud sticks it under the wall of the nest. So the nest also is very beautiful of this bird. I read about this bird long back when I think I was in school. So I had this idea, I wanted to use it somewhere. So inspired from that, we have stuck some stone pieces which actually is a little raw because I wanted it to look handmade kind of thing, not very finished. Also we took the color palette little towards the color palette what we wanted instead of the colored thing. So this is inspired from that, and some greeneries around. We had a very good natural light feel. I have some art pieces around, a very few of them I have bought it. Most of them I have made it in the entire office. And the table, I really like greenery and natural things, so inspired from some leaf shapes and some tree and fruit, the inlay has been designed. For the seating, I did not wanted like a traditional sofa in the office. I just wanted this one chair with a stool. This design of the stool also matches with the art which comes with this glass wall. a lot of columns which is inspired from old Indian historical architecture, and we have mixed it like from Pallavas, Cholas, all these dynasties, and then we got it customized from Hello Bastar. I bought this trunk and just wanted to have this here so that I can have multiple uses of this as a table, as a sit out place to store my art stuff, etc. I think this will keep evolving with time. I had this back ledge behind my table so that I can put a lot of plants because that gets a good south light. So we have this conference area. It has been designed in a very compact manner. It accommodates 8 people, which works well for us because we have client meetings and all that where we don't have very large number of people coming at once. So that's still practical for us. Main table of the conference has been designed where we have put some handmade tiles and then just put it on the top, so it appears to be very minimalistic because the designs on that is inspired from natural flower motifs, etc. Also inspired from the floor going towards the table and other wall elements, we have the floor color coming up on the veneer and just making an ombre effect towards from the wine color to the natural veneer color throughout the office. And majorly you can see this effect in the conference room where we also have the table in that feature and the shelves also going from wine color to the natural veneer shade. So this is called veneer tinting that we have done here. The toilet area, it is divided into actually 3 spaces. First space where you enter comprise of a common wash basin area, which is also a good area to have a refreshment time. And then 2 toilets. Then the entire flooring and wall of these toilets were also made with nano topping. So we don't have any tile or anything used on the wall or flooring. And just popping out some green wash basins inside the toilets. Some decor pieces and a standy white marble basin on the outer part where we have a common wash basin. The mirrors are inspired by the water puddles which also come on our toilet doors. Coming to the staircase, this is a connectivity thing between the ground and first floor. So the staircase, we wanted something again in the concept of the interior elements we have used inside the office. But also something very natural. So we have used MS iron. Structurally, we have casted the beam and put the plates on the beam, so it's very stable. It's cantilevered and looks very fragile, but it's very strong. So on the plates we have added a lot of cutout of motifs, again inspired from the same motifs used on our flooring pattern. Above these staircase we have got circular skylights. So what it does actually, when it's sunny day on different time zones, it gives us shadows casted with those motif shapes. So it's very playful and a lot of good light play happens at this area. And that's how we finished our workspace.